Hello and welcome to today's broadcast. Today we are going to be talking about end of the year challenges and how those can be very simply the things that derail us as we're trying to stick to what it is we said that we really wanted for ourselves this year. So I'm seeing this a lot in some of the communities that I am in where people are putting together like these end of the year challenges for running and detoxing and fasting challenges and all of these things that they're rolling together to get people to buy in that you have to do drastic things to get a result. And so I want to talk about that today, give you guys some, buffers that you can put in place to make sure that you don't get caught up in this. And we're going to talk about how to create this lifestyle for ourselves so we don't have to fall victim to somebody else's agenda about challenges or doing things in the extreme to get a result. We know that's not what we do here in this community. We are building practices that will allow us to create a lifestyle that allows us to look and feel our best. So I hope you guys are sticking to that. So let's talk a little bit about why it is that these challenges are so popular and why it is we get sucked into them. But before I get into that, I do like to take a second to introduce myself. My name is Diane Parham. I am a fasting mindset coach. I teach a course called the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman, which teaches women how to incorporate a lifestyle of healthy habits that will allow them to really ease their way through this season that most of us are in, through perimenopause into this postmenopausal season, and how we can really create these habits based on what it is that we say that we really want, and we can stay away from a lot of these extremes. So do me a favor, this is a community conversation. When you jump on, leave me a comment in the comment section. I always like to address you guys at the end of my little discussion. I like to make you feel like you are an active part of our community, and that happens in the comment section. Make sure you're following us on YouTube and Facebook as well, so you'll be notified when we go live. Okay, so let's talk about these challenges and why they come about. So a lot of people, and it's not just that, diet and fitness industry, it is a thing that happens at the end of the year to try to get that buy-in, right? To end the year with a win, I guess, is what the ultimate goal is. And so we do these things in extreme during a time of our life that's already really stressful and really busy, but we get caught up in that emotional possibility maybe, or the emotional obligation to jump into other people's agendas. Now, where I do say there is some leniency or maybe some buy-in is that if you are one of those people who likes to do like monthly challenges as an accountability type of thing, or it is the thing that really does help you stay on track with what it is you say you really want, and you're not jumping in and out of things that might be extremes, then those things definitely work for you, and you have to know that about your personality. And if you've already been doing them all year and you're like, well, this is my 12th one, this is December, I want to finish out the year strong, and it has worked for you, I say then go for it. What I'm really talking about is when we get that angst or we get that nervousness or that stressed out feeling about having to do something, and it has taken us away from the primary goals that we have for ourselves or our own primary agenda, right? And I have fallen victim to this myself, which is why I want to talk about this with you guys here. So if you guys, if any of you caught me Tuesday on my Instagram live, I talked about this a little bit. I'm going to bring it back up here again today. And it's the idea of hyperbolic discounting. And when I heard this term, I was fascinated because I use a form of this term, and you all use a form of this term here in this community as well. It's just worded a little differently, simplified. I'm going to tell you the actual definition of this term. So hyperbolic discounting is when we have a behavioral bias, which describes the tendency for people to increasingly choose a smaller, sooner reward over a larger, later reward. Okay, so what does that mean for us? Well, this is exactly what happens when we jump into challenges, right? We say, we're going to do this 3-day detox because we see people are losing like massive amounts of weight, or we're going to start, running, X amount of miles a day because at the end of this 30 days, there's an award or reward for someone who runs the most miles. Or it happens a lot in like Biggest Loser challenges as well, right? We do things in an extreme for a short period of time in hopes for a sooner reward, right? Because it's done in extremes. And it's very, very classic around this time of the year. You're going to see it a lot in like advertising, even on TV. So look for it, and then be careful about how you let that set into your mind. So we call this here deciding between what you want in the moment, the sooner reward, versus what you say you really want in the long term, right? And so for a lot of us, we've set goals, and we set those back in December of last year. And so if you've worked your goals on a monthly basis, if you're using, what we use here in this community, our passion planner to track what it is you're doing, then you should be easing into the end of any year because you've already set your goals and you've tracked them. You don't need a challenge to push you over the edge. You've done it very confidently and very smoothly throughout the year, right? So it's because you focus everything on what you really want down the road, and you see that vision for yourself, and you're not trying to desperately get something in the moment. So we talk about this a lot here. It happens a lot with food and exercise, especially with women, because that's the primary group of people who get marketed to. And it's that what you want in the moment and how you're willing to justify that, just this one time I'm going to have this thing, or just this one time I'm going to skip my workout, or just this one time I'm going to, go off track. And it's that reward that you're going to get in that just one time. But how many times do we do that, and how far off of the track of what we say we really want in the long term are we going to get? This is what happens around this time of the year when we all sort of, get out of the fog of a busy year and the stress of a busy year. And we go, oh my gosh, we didn't accomplish anything that we said that we wanted to this time last year. So be very careful about this and make sure that you know and can identify you as this type of person. It is very personality driven. It's very habit driven. Is very conditioned right in us. And if it's not working for you, then this is a really good time of the year to start making those changes, but not in a challenge type of format. Okay, so how long does it take to see and feel change? So if we are really pre-designed to be the type of people who want the sooner reward, right, regardless of the risk of it, versus really putting in the work and the effort consistently over time to get the larger reward down the future, how long does that reward take? Well, if we're talking about health and we're talking about fitness, and we're talking about physique changes, and we're talking about changing our body chemistry and hormonal makeup, it usually takes days if you're making positive nutritional changes and lifestyle habits. Like literally, you will feel a positive change within days. If you've been in my intermittent fasting for today's aging woman course, this is true. By the end of the first 7 days, everyone is starting to feel better because you've made the positive changes to create that net effect of your body starting to adapt to your changes. It takes about 4 to 6 weeks to see physical or physique changes if you're implementing some new physical fitness type of things, or for the inside changes if you're doing something nutritionally, or you're incorporating something like intermittent fasting, which we do here, for that and the outside to kind of meet up. So I would say working on the outside and working on the inside together really does yield a great net benefit, right? Because you're seeing changes on both sides and it meets up really nicely in the middle. And that's where it takes about 4 to 6 weeks of consistency over time. So days, you can start feeling something good. And this is where challenges really hook us, right? Because we get that feeling immediately, and then we have a date that we're going to go to, and then the date ends. So what happens when the date ends? When we cease doing the positive things, how long does it take for us to see and feel that change? again, those changes are almost immediate, right? You might not see some physique changes unless you have that kind of body composition or body type that that your body changes quickly. Like for me, I can create a physique change in my body within a week, but I can also lose that change within a week. So you have to be careful that you understand how your physique, your metabolism, how your body composition is, because if you feel that reward immediately and you start to see those physical changes immediately and you have an end date that you're trying to reach, as soon as you reach that end date, your brain's going to tell you that you're done. And if you haven't created lifestyle changes, you're going to go back to doing what you were doing before. That's an immediate feeling you're going to get. If you start doing the things in your lifestyle you did before you started a challenge or before you started to make changes, those things that you were feeling before are going to immediately come back. So for a lot of women here in this community, that's fatigue, that's night sweats, that's insomnia, that's hormonal swings and shifts. It's the weight gain, it's the water retention, it's the midsection belly fat. Like that almost comes back immediately because you are now messing with your hormones and your body chemistry, and it's going to go back to what was easy for it, and that's usually the things that we're unhappy with. So we have to know this, right? We have to know these things when we start to get marketed to for diet programs. We have to make sure that we know this when we get marketed to for fitness programs. We need to make sure that we know all of this when we get marketed to about short-term extreme challenge groups, because the results will feel good while you're doing the thing. But if your brain and you only commit to a certain date and that date comes and you haven't created lifestyle changes that are lasting, then you will go back to feeling and looking like you did before. What ends up happening is that we have this emotional connection to the good feeling that leads us to disappointment and regret and feelings of failure and negative self-talk and going down that road, because we haven't made that connection yet that we were doing a good thing, which created a good result. And that good result only lasts if we continue to do that good thing. So let me ask you, how many times will you start over in 2022? How many challenge groups will you start? How many diets will you jump in and out of that seem like a really good thing but are really just a fad? Or will you create lifestyle changes that will stand the test of time and last a lifetime so that you can look and feel your best while doing that in your most authentic way? So if 4 to 6 weeks is what it takes to see results, and there's 52 weeks in a year, are you willing to start over in 2022 13 times? Like, how many times do we think about that, right? How many times do we think about the fact that we are always going back to that day one? But what if we can continue to count down of the days in 2022 to get to 365 days and know that everything that we did in every day of the year was really to serve our longer, later reward, which for us here in this community is the opportunity for us to look and feel our best and live our most authentic life. So it should never be about a short-term challenge that will lead to short-term results. It should be about the opportunity to create a lifestyle that allows you to look and feel your best always while living your most authentic life. So be careful. This is the time of the year and leading into January where New Year's resolution challenges and marketing is going to hit our emotional brain and heart hard, right? And if you're not willing to commit to whatever it is you're investing in financially, time-wise, emotionally, and with your life for a lifestyle change that will last you till the end of time, then second guess it, right? Do that pause we talk about here a lot. Do that pause and ask yourself the very important questions. Is this me? Is this the lifestyle that I want to live? Am I willing to do the things that are advertised to get the advertised result? That's a really big deal. On Monday here in our community, I'm going to be sharing with you my before and after pictures and the stories that go behind and with those before and after pictures. Again, marketing, right? And so I want to start heading us off for all of this emotional turmoil that we are going to be hit with when we start getting marketed to about all the promises of what we could possibly get if we're willing to buy what's advertised and do what's advertised to get the advertised result. The breakdown is usually in doing the things that we want in the moment versus doing the things that we say that we really want. And that leads to that over and over and over again disappointment. And do we want to do that to ourselves 13 times in this new year? I'm hoping that we can head off the work here and not have any of you guys go through that. So I appreciate you guys being here. I love having these kind of conversations with you. If you are new here to our community and you haven't jumped into the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course yet, we will start rolling that out here in the next couple of weeks. Our first course will be in January. We're making some changes for January, so I'll inform you guys about all that stuff in our emails. So please make sure you are on our email list and you're receiving our emails. If you are a graduate of the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course, especially if you went through in 2021 and you feel like you need a little bit of a refresher for January, just jump back into your course. We will have a live course going in January. You can jump in and go through with the course right inside of the course that you already have. It's always a great time to have a little refresher, and there'll be some energy in the comment section, so you can always take advantage of that as well. And if you are needing some help getting started or don't know where to start, always feel free to email me or send me a message. I'm always willing to point you in the direction of some of the assets and services that we provide here in our community as well. So think about it. How are you being marketed to? Are you feeling that pull or that nug to jump into a challenge group to try to get a quick fix? If you are, I want you to pause about what it is you're about to do and think about it. What is it going to take to get the advertised result? And are you willing to put in the work? Because if you're going to put in the work, the reward is worth it. If you're just doing it out of obligation or guilt, or you're feeling stressed out about it, think about the end result and see if there's another way that you can just implement some small lifestyle changes where you can immediately feel some results by making some positive changes, and then with the hopes of seeing the longer lasting results because you're going to stick to what it is you said you really wanted. Thanks for jumping on with me today, you guys. I love having these conversations with you. Let me see if I have any comments in the comment section, and then we will close it up for today. Snuggles Diaz, Merry Christmas to you as well. I love having you guys here in this community with us. Thank you for saying hello. I appreciate you. And Denise, I'm coming off COVID pneumonia and blood clots. Everything has changed. Most good habits were interrupted with hospitalization and bad food choices available. How do I get back on track while healing? Denise, the best thing that I can say, especially if you don't have any medical limitations, so you're cleared to do whatever, is I always say, try to detox your body from whatever it was you had to do while you were healing your body, medicine-wise, right? So what we do here is intermittent fasting. It is the best way to allow your body to detox. So detox happens through the organs we already have in our body. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to invest in anything. Just create some really nice, clean fasting windows in your day. I always recommend 20 hours of clean fasting. And for you, I would just say just water. Let your body do what it's been designed to do and flush through all the organs in your body and just reset itself. And then just put really good nutrition in your body. And when I say good nutrition, I always leave that open to you guys to decide what's good nutrition for you, right? Because everyone's different. Everyone's body chemistry is different. Everyone's hormones are different. The best place to start with good nutrition is what I say is one ingredient foods, right? Lots of, fresh vegetables. I would say organic if you can. If you can't, that's no big deal. You just wash them really well. Getting nice, good quality, probably lean protein into your body, making sure you're getting good amounts of naturally occurring fats back in your body. And if you just stick with that routine, I promise you'll start to feel better because your body knows what to do. It's just had a lot of things get in its way. So just get out of the way, let your body detox itself, lots of water, and then just see how you start to come back out of that for sure. But make sure you have your doctor's clearance before you do anything. For sure on that one. Stacy, thanks for the little heart, girlfriend. Thank you, and happy holidays to you as well. I know there are a lot of holiday festivities going on this month, so stay focused on the bigger picture, right? Stay focused on what it is you really want. Holidays come around every year. Yes, you want to enjoy the moment. You want to enjoy your people, but you want to also make sure that when January rolls around, you feel really good about the holidays and you don't have any regrets. There's nothing worse than leaving a celebratory season or an event with regrets about what you chose to do with your time, right? So no regrets about the people that you spent the time with, no regrets about the decisions you made in the event, no regrets about the food choices that you made or the decisions that you made. Make them very consciously in the moment, make your memories, and then don't wish them away when January rolls around and also the reality of the season rolls around, right? Set yourself up for that today. Gail, is if you're a graduate, do you pay again if you do a refresher? If you have access to your intermittent fasting for today's Aging Woman course, you never have to pay for it again. You could just log into your course and go through it anytime you want. If you want to go in as a student, a new student who's in the new course, yes, you have to take it again, but you have access to your course. Just log in at fortoday'sagingwoman.com/login. You will have your course there. You can start at day one and you can go all the way through. If you want to go through with me as an active coach coaching you in the community group, yes, you have to pay again. Shonda, good morning. November 2021 graduate. I have a cold from Thanksgiving holiday, still fasting 20 hours and lots of water, starting to feel better. Yeah, you just got to get that virus through your system. It is cold and flu season on top of all the other things that are ramping up this season. So, do all the things. Keep your immune system boosted. If you guys are following me on Instagram, every day for the month of December, I'm taking some sort of supplement to just boost my metabolism, boost my immune system, boost my energy, boost all of those things, because I'm not going to take any chances. So sometimes you have to do the little extra thing as well, just to kind of put that little body armor on as well. So I'm sorry you caught a cold. I hope you had a great time with your family. Drink your water, keep that immune system boosted. There's all kinds of suggestions about how to do that. Can't say that here. Follow me on Instagram and you'll see what I'm doing if you need some help with that as well. Michelle, thanks for this. You're the best listening while on the treadmill. Girl, I love that you are listening on the treadmill. I'm going to be getting on my treadmill soon as well. And then I have some stuff coming out on email, some changes going on in our community. So please make sure you get on my email list so I can keep you guys all in the loop about everything that's going on. It's really hard to do it all right here. So email is the best place to go for that. Just go to fortoday'sagingwoman.com and you can jump on my email list there. Heidi, I haven't caught you live in a while. I have fallen off the fasting wagon, ready to hit the restart. Girlfriend Heidi, today is your day, right? And it's not your day one. It's just the day you pick back up on what you know works for you and what you say you really want. Just frame it in your brain that way. Get into your fast. Even if you didn't start this morning in a fasted state, just start fasting now. Start your feast tonight with your family, end your feast with your family, start your fast for tomorrow. You're back in it already. So just get it started. Don't make it too complicated. Don't put too much drama around it. Just get ready to start. Don't even try to wait for a holiday to be over or an event to be over. Every day that you can put your body in some sort of a fasting environment is a great day for your body. So simplify it and just jump in for sure. Gail, you are super welcome, girlfriend. And then Heidi, you are welcome also. Okay. Anything else I can do for you guys before we jump out of here today? So remember, there is an actual term, right? And it's not used in the health and fitness industry. It's used in every aspect of life, and that's hyperbolic discounting, right? So are you discounting what it is you say you really want when you see yourself in the future, 10 years from now, 20 years from now? And are you willing to make the decisions today in the short term to get the long-term result? Or are you the person that gets tripped up in that immediate gratification? I want what I want now. I'm not willing to sacrifice for what I say I really want. Once you make that connection, you can stop, you can pause, and then you can redirect how you're going to have your next activity play out for you. Heidi, I'm an overthinker and it doesn't work to my advantage. Yeah, girlfriend, I am too. I know. You are my people here. I'm talking to you as if I'm talking to me. I'm an overthinker as well. And this is why I give the advice that I give, because it serves me and it also hopefully serves you. So You don't have to have it be perfect. You don't have to have it be calendared. You don't have to wait for a Monday. You don't have to wait for January 1st. You don't have to wait for the calendar to flip over. You don't have to wait for anybody to invite you. Just do it because you've already in your brain recognized and have been able to articulate that you're ready to get back into it. Now, all you've got to do is bring your lifestyle back to what it is you say that you want. So start your fasting today. Get through your feast tonight, so that your fast tomorrow will feel amazing for you. That's what you learned in class. Go back to your notes, go back to your journaling. Remember what it was that you loved so much about the fact that you made a commitment to even start this. That's what's going to get you back on track for sure. So you've got it, Heidi. And then do me a favor, Heidi, come back on Monday if you can and let us know how the last couple of days have gone. And like I said, I'm going to share on Monday my before and after pictures and some stories that go with them to kind of help you guys bridge a little bit of a little cautionary defense system for when you start getting hit really hard this season coming up, the end of as soon as Christmas is over and January rolls around, all these New Year's resolutions and all these diets and all these fads and all these people who are going to try to pitch you that their way is the best way, when most of us here already know we have a way that's the best way for us. So I'll share a little bit with you guys there. Okay, so I'm going to bust out of here. Have a fantastic Thursday. Have a great weekend. Enjoy all the festivities that are going on. I think Hanukkah's rolling down this weekend. I think we're probably like day 4 or 5, maybe 6 with Hanukkah. So there's a lot of those festivities going on. We have a holiday party for my daughter and I. We're part of National Charity League, so that's on Saturday. So we're busy and we have a lot going on too. So I'm living the same life you guys are living, and I'm going to try to my best to make sure that I express that to you, that I understand that my life is not perfect. I have struggles also, and I'm going to give you the best advice that I use for myself to get through it. So hopefully you can do the same. Gail, you are super welcome. Heidi, you are super welcome. And then DS, let's see. I think I'm fasting, but having heavy cream in my coffee in the morning. Think this is bad because I'm not seeing results. You are thinking correctly, my friend. So if you think that's the thing, take the thing out, test it, and then see what the results are. So DS, I would tell you, make sure that tomorrow through the weekend, you take the heavy cream out, that and whatever else you have in your fasting window that you think might be keeping you from the results. See how you feel, and then check back in with us Monday and let us know. It could also be something in your feasting window as well, but I would take anything out of your coffee that you think could be breaking your fast for sure. Angela, I look forward to catching back on Monday. This is the time of the year I'm getting distracted from what I value. Yes. Thank you for saying that in such a beautiful way. Stick to your values, what it is you say you really want, right? And I will be very, very transparent with you guys on Monday with some of the things that I've done and some of the results that I've gotten and some of the whys I've done those things, and then what happens after, right? So try to help build a little bit of a protection and safety net here in this community to make sure we all don't get pulled into some of those things. So thank you, Angela, for sharing that. And I am excited about Monday for sure. Have a great day. Make sure you get on my email list. We got a lot of changes coming up in this community for 2022, and I don't want you to miss out on all the news. So that's where I'll share all that for sure. Have a great day. I'll see you guys on Monday, or I'll see you guys around on Instagram this weekend and Facebook as well.